What's good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be doing a versus video on the Nike Jaw 2 versus the Adidas Dame 9. So without further ado, let's take a look at both of these hoop shoes. Alright, so getting started really quickly, as far as the traction goes, you do get a tractor inspired traction pattern. I'm not really seeing it, but how these perform on clean or dirty floors, they are awesome. A very reliable setup, and it just hugs the floor very nicely. You can make all of your moves confidently within this model, and you're gonna be good to go. I don't think I would bring these outdoors, as the rubber compound is pretty soft, but as far as indoors go, this is an awesome hoop shoe. With the Dame 9, it's almost equally as nice, but it struggles in one area. So you are getting this translucent variety blade pattern right here. On clean floors, they're superb. A super loud squeak, a ton of feedback, and just a very nice option on clean floors. Now on dirty floors, this blade pattern is very tightly knit, and it does collect a lot of dust and it gets stuck within this pattern right here. So you're gonna have to wipe more frequently on the Dame 9 than you do on the Jaw 2, and that's where it struggles. I don't think I would bring these outdoors as well because this rubber compound is pretty soft and it's pretty shallow as well. So I do think you would wear through this traction pattern pretty quickly. But if I had to pick one over the other as far as the traction goes, I would say the Nike Jaw 2 is slightly better. Now, as far as the cushion goes on both of these models, with the Jaw 2, you're getting a Phylon midsole, a very basic setup, and basically a strip of gum kind of Zoom airbag. It's pretty springy underfoot, it is top loaded, but it's a very basic setup for the price point of $120 or $130 in the Jaw 2. Pretty close to the floor up front, while sitting a little higher at the back of the shoe. Really dead at the back of the shoe when it comes to the cushioning. On the Dame 9, you're getting full length, light strike. I really enjoyed this setup. It's very bouncy in the heel, like very spongy and nice. Great impact protection at the back, pretty close to the floor up front, so pretty nice court feel in the Dame 9. It just really surprised me because in the past I have not cared for light strike, but this model definitely brought me on board. It's very soft to the touch and just does a great job as far as heel to toe transition. And I think this is a cushioning setup for everyone, whether you're positions 1 through 5. I do think you'll enjoy this setup. That's why as far as the cushioning goes between both of these models, I would actually say that I like the Dame 9 better. It's just a more well-balanced cushioning system compared to the Zoom Air up front. That's a very small section of Zoom Air, and then just the pretty archaic EVA or Phylon material running throughout this midsole the rest of the way. Now, as far as the fit goes on both of these models, I will say that the Jaw 2 is just a little bit snugger fitting. So I would say stick true to size if you're a regular or narrow footer. If you are a wide footer, I would definitely recommend going up half a size as it is pretty narrow. You're getting a lot of nice padding at the back of the shoe and at the tongue. So this is a very comfortable hoop shoe as far as the fit goes. Now with the Dame 9, it is also a very nice fit. It just has a little bit more dead space at the front of the shoe. Not a ton, but I just feel like there's a little more volume within this shoe. You are getting a really nice neoprene inner sleeve around your foot. It fits very snug. I went true to size and I have a little bit less than a thumb's width. And I would also say that this is a wide foot friendly basketball shoe. So I do think you could stick true to size in the Dame 9, whereas on the Jaw 2, you should go up half the size if you are a wide footer. But for me and my play style, this shoe felt just a little bit snugger on my foot. So I would say that I do prefer the fit on the Nike Jaw 2. It's just a bit more snugger fitting and a little bit more tapered in the toe box. As far as the materials go on both of these models, on the Jaw 2, on the medial side, you're getting a pretty cheap screen mesh. At the back, you're getting kind of this really cheap suede or honestly carpet material. You have a little bit of 3M at the back of the shoe. On the lateral side, you do have some synthetic leather with this 3M swoosh. You have more of that kind of synthetic suede material wrapping around the toe box and on the eye stay. And then you have this really nice flexible mesh material that does wrap up the tongue. It is very breathable, so you're getting a variety of materials on this model. It performs great, but it's not premium at all. On the Dame 9, you are getting a mesh material with this kind of neoprene inner booty, and then this really short-haired nubuck material in the red running throughout this hoop shoe. It fits very nice on foot, really no break-in time, and I just really enjoy the material on this shoe a lot with the mesh and the really short-haired nubuck. I think it looks great, it feels great, and just the overall design aesthetics of this hoop shoe are awesome in my opinion. So as far as the materials go, neither of these are premium at all. The price point is around the same, around $110 or $120 with both of these basketball shoes. But for me and my playstyle and just in hand and on foot, I do prefer the Adidas Dame 9 as far as the materials go. Now, as far as the weight goes on both of these hoop shoes, they're both a US size 10.5. When it comes to the Adidas Dame 9, they do come in at 15.5 ounces, and the Jaw 2 comes in at 12.9 ounces. So all things considered, this is a superior hoop shoe as far as the weight goes. Now, neither of them feel heavy on foot, but the Jaw 2 in hand definitely feels a lot lighter. As far as the support goes on both of these shoes, right off the bat, I'm gonna say it's a tie. With the Nike Jaw 2, you are getting an internal heel counter, which does a great job of locking your foot in at the back of the shoe. You also have this synthetic leather material that is very strong on those hard lateral cuts. It's not going to let your foot spill over on the side of the shoe. I really had no issues with this shoe as far as that lateral containment and support. Moving your way down from that, you have this Phylon material that does wrap up near your pinky toe, kind of preventing your foot spilling over here in the forefoot. Moving your way down from that, you do have this outrigger right here that does prevent your foot from teetering over and spraining your ankle if you do land awkwardly. You have a pretty wide and stable base, and then I do believe you have a top-loaded shank plate in the Jaw 2. So all things considered, this is a very supportive hoop shoe, especially for guards making those hard cuts and movements to the hoop. In the Dame 9, you have more of the same, an internal heel counter at the back of the shoe. It really keeps you locked in and harnessed in within this hoop shoe. This material coupled with this rubberized portion here near the pinky toe, again on those hard lateral cuts, for me, being 6'2", 215 pounds, I never had any issues spilling over the side of the shoe. You have an internal lacing system which does a great job of locking this upper around your foot. Moving your way down from that, you do have a shank plate that runs the length of the shoe for the most part, so it is a very rigid basketball shoe as far as that midfoot support, and it is a pretty wide and stable base at the bottom of this shoe as well. So all things considered, I would say it's a tie for both of these hoop shoes as far as the support goes. I really didn't prefer one over the other. I just felt that the Jaw 2 did feel a little bit faster on foot because it is lighter weight, and the materials aren't overly restrictive within this hoop shoe, whereas the materials which I do prefer on this hoop shoe, I wouldn't say it's more restrictive, but it just took a little bit more time to get used to. I would say it's a tie between both of these models. And then really quickly, as far as the aesthetics go, I'm gonna have to go with the Dame 9. I really love the look of this hoop shoe, especially this colorway with the black upper, the green laces, the red running throughout. I really love this super small Adidas logo right here. I love the look of these. These just look more or less like every other Nike basketball shoe right now, kind of mimicking Kobe models of the past. This is very reminiscent of the Kobe 5 and the Sabrina 2, honestly, as far as the design language on this hoop shoe. Not to say I don't like that, but it's just kind of getting old. Really nothing original from Nike. Whereas Adidas is killing it with the Harden line, the AE line. The AE ones were amazing, and that's no different here with the Dame 9. I really love the overall look and aesthetics of this hoop shoe. So if I had to pick one shoe over the other, there's some great things with the Jaw 2, but I just really love the aesthetics and the performance features of the Dame 9. And I do believe it comes in a little bit cheaper than the Nike Jaw 2. Now, this shoe is going to retail for $120 to $130. I think some colorways even at $140 USD. Whereas Adidas is kind of keeping it locked at the same price point within this model. The performance is awesome as well, so I don't think you can go wrong with one shoe over the other. So that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that helps the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time,